What's good, YouTube? Back at it again with another one. Day two of the longer term investing course. And by the end of this course, I want all of y'all watching this to be the best investor that you can possibly be in the long term, which isn't a hard task to do if you just stick to basic rules and follow your way. But this is just going to be tools to help you buy stock on TradingView and also a way to look at their balance sheet and their income and see how companies are making money and how they're earning. So you can make sure that you're buying a profitable company, a company that's increasing their profits, and really just the right companies. So the first one that I like to use is a pretty basic one. You go to TradingView, you go to Tools. Really the first one, you go to Info Line. And so what you want to do with this info line is you want to go to the high, the most recent high, which we're going to use Tesla for this, 488.54. This is the closest that we're probably going to get, just because of how TradingView be sometimes. And then you want to go down. The best place to buy stock, well, not the best, but the first spot where you would look into buying a stock is when you're 25% off of the high. So you can buy right here, but you don't want to go full on size, obviously. If you're 25% off of the high, you really want to go like 1/3 your size. Really not even 1/3 sometimes. If it's a big economic thing going on, like with the tariffs like we had, and like it's just a movement like that, you can honestly wait. But this is just a good tool to have because you'll know the percentage of how far you're down and how much you'll need to come back up to make a new high. And really a good entry point though for most stocks though is 25%. 25% is a great spot. But then you can really take it down. Right now where we're at is 43%. Recently I just copped some more Tesla shares at about 230, 230s. That's a good 50% off of the high. I'm seeing, wow, we're already 50% down on the stock. Even if we go down some more, I'll gladly hold that up because we're 50% away from the high. That's a whole $256 that you could be making buying 50% down, which is always a great spot to buy. This is an amazing spot to buy. If you see this, you want to go ahead and load up. Go ahead and put another 30 your account in and wait, because we could go down more or we could go up a little bit more, which you could buy more if we go up. Really simple, but the info line is really a great tool to have because you can see the exact percentage of where targets are. Say you want to go lower, you can see how far that is from the high. You can see how much we went up that year. You really can just see how far down you're buying at. It's a great tool to have. Pretty basic. Just put it there and take it down to wherever you want to buy at. So that's the first tool that I like to use when I'm buying a stock. And this is a new tool that I've been using recently. That's what you call your 200 EMA. So what you want to do, you want to go to indicators. And what you would do, you would look up moving average exponential. And then you put it on your chart. So when you first put it on here, it's going to be EMA 9. So what you want to do, you want to go to settings. And then you want to put the length to 200. And this is what a lot of people like to use. They like to use this as the 200 EMA. So if you're above the 200 EMA, that means that you're overbought. And then if you're under the 200 EMA, that means that you're oversold. And really a lot of people like to use this. Some people don't like it. Some people do. Me personally, I really just started noticing it. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I still like this a lot because this is a great way to just see where you are in the market and where this stock is. And anytime that you're under the 200 EMA, that's a great spot to buy. And then when you're above it, it's not the end of the world, but still not the best spot to buy. But just being below this EMA is a great confluence when you're buying a stock. Because if you're buying a stock down under it at the bottom, that means that you're oversold, which is perfect. You want to buy a stock when they're oversold. You want to be buying stocks in the market where we got extreme fear and all that. So then another tool I like to show y'all, which really isn't too crazy of a tool, we're going to go to Google, and then we're going to look up Fear and Greed Index. This isn't really anything crazy. This is just something to look at. Right now we're at fear. The best time to buy stocks is when we're at extreme fear or we're at fear. The worst time to buy stocks though is when we're at extreme greed or greed. This isn't the biggest part, but you never want to be buying stocks when we're in extreme greed. Always extreme fear. Because if you buy a stock in extreme greed, that means that you're just greedy. You can't wait for us to have a little bit of some pullback or a little discount on the stock. And this is just the whole stock market in general. This is how people are feeling. And when people are extremely greedy and you're buying up, that could go terribly wrong because people could be, I want to say people, but you could buy a stock in extreme green and we can go right back down and you're going to lose a lot of money. But I mean, still, you can still be good because you don't lose in the stock game, the long term game, until you sell. So then we got my last tool here, and this is what I like to call Yahoo Finance. This is free to everybody. You can see all the balance sheets and everything. And let's just do Tesla, for example. I'm just going to pick a random stock. Let's see if it loads. All right. So when you go to this, you can see this volume. You can see all this, all of these stats, which you can see almost everywhere. And you can see the recent news. Yahoo Finance is a great app, man. You can see recent news on stocks because if you know about stocks, news is very important. But this is the best part about Yahoo Finance. You can go to their financials and you can see their annual earnings reports, but then you can see the quarterly earnings reports. And this is the key. And the main stats that you want to be looking at in the earnings reports is gross profit, total revenue. Total revenue is definitely key. Along with the cost, you want to do some math. And then you also want to look at operating income. And then another good part to look at is you want to see how much the company is in debt and how much cash they have. I don't know if you can see how much cash is on hand on here. You can't, but you can see, let's see. You can normally see if a company's in debt on here. I'm trying to find it. Oh, that's probably on the balance sheet. Yes, but you can see the income statement and the balance sheet. So yes, you want to see the balance sheet because you can see the total assets that they got, their total debt. And a company that's low in debt is a great company to always be involved in because no debt is amazing. No debt in real life is amazing. So just imagine no debt for a company. But most of the time, a lot of companies are going to be in debt. And there's nothing wrong with that because you got to take out loans sometimes and go into debt to make money. That's just a part of the game. That's real life. It's real life stuff right there. But yeah, man, this is really the best tools to have. Right, every time you buy a stock, you need to go to Yahoo Finance and you need to look at their income statement, their balance sheet. And what you want to see is you want to see improving profits. Like a great stock, for example, would be Robinhood Markets. They just became profitable this year and it really shot the stock up. Like this stock was almost at $70. Like it was about 67 after their earnings report because it came out and their financials were great. They were not profitable before and then they became profitable. Simple as that. A company becoming profitable is the best thing that you can always ever see. It's a great sign that, oh, we're about to keep going up. Oh, wow, I don't think they have their most recent earnings report. But their most recent earnings report showed them going profitable. Let me see if it's on the annual. No, it's not. So they don't have their most recent up here, probably because they don't have the paid version. But they became profitable and they've been increasing their profits. Every earnings report, going up in profits. Slowly but steadily going up in profits. And seeing that, oh, and then you also want to see we're going up in total revenue. And our cost of revenue really isn't going up that much because it's a simple app. It can't cost that much. But if you're seeing our revenue going up and then our cost of revenue staying the same, beautiful. You want to take that every time. And then you go to the balance sheet, make sure it's straight. Balance sheet checks out, income statement checks out, the stock is green. And that's a good sign to know because you can know. And you got like that feeling in your heart. You feel safe because you know how much they're making. You know how their money's coming and you're seeing, okay, this might not go anywhere for a long time. They're only getting more profitable. So just imagine a few more years when they're expanding and finding new ways to make money. But yeah, y'all, that's just a few tools to use, man. That would definitely get you right in the market easily. Because you need to know these tools if you're going to be buying stocks. You can't be out here buying stuff blind, looking at charts on apps and stuff. You need to go inside the trading view, put in the work, go to the daily time frame, go to the weekly time frame, go to the monthly time frame, check previous times, and really just scout before you buy a stock. Make sure you're not buying at a bad spot. Make sure you're buying at a good spot. And yeah, it's really just a simple game if you know the tools to use it. And that's why I'm trying to give you all the best tools, in my opinion, to use for the stock market. But that's it for day 2, man. I'm going to catch you on the next one. Tap in with the Discord down below. going on the grind to 100 members. We're like 2 off. Go ahead, get us there if you're watching this video. And join up and really make some money with us, because we're going to have goated call outs in the day trades. Because we get into it on the day trades. Whole team is. And we'll also get into it on the long-term stuff. We know our stuff and we know what we're doing. And you might as well just go ahead and join the goated community. But yeah, man, that's all for the video.